How do you successfully take a product off of AliExpress and sell it on Shopify? Yo, what's going on everyone? Hayden here coming back at you with a brand new video. And in this one, we're gonna be going through talking about a little bit of some bigger picture standpoints. So for those of you who might already be watching a lot of videos, maybe it's my videos, maybe you're in some courses, whatever, you're starting a store, a lot of people still have not taken a step back. And this is something I do all the time right now with actually more than just e-commerce. I like to take a step back. It's usually on Sunday, which is the day I'm filming this video, hence the whole thought process behind the topic, and just take a step back to look at things from a bigger picture. That's what we're gonna be going through inside of here. Before we do that and break it down on the whiteboard with this brand new marker, I wanna invite you guys to something that if you're watching this like multiple weeks after it's posted, then don't bother. But I'm gonna be doing a live stream at the end of this month in August. So at the end of this month, you guys can hit the link down below. I'm gonna go through and explain a lot more about my specific process with marketing, multiple things that I've actually never shared involving a unicorn strategy, which has nothing to do with the product, 4 layers of ads and 16 different subcategory strategies underneath that. So if you guys want to learn more about that, also with the 2.0 launch that's coming up, I know the course has been closed for over a month. Sorry for those of you who wanted to get in, and I keep getting hundreds of questions about it. So I'm going to announce what's going on that live stream. So for the stuff that's been going on the last 4.5 months with all the 2.0, that's going to be coming out and kind of talking about it on there. No, it is not just a course. It's bigger than that. That's why it took so long to build. So I'm very excited for that. But other than that, let's get started with this. First of all, what do you need in place to simply do this? There's literally only 2 things you need. You need a live account. You have to go create an account on both of these. Okay, AliExpress and Shopify. And this is not a very new marker. Anyways, I thought I grabbed a new one. So these are the 2 things you actually need accounts under. So there's subcategories under this one that you need. For example, you need an application called Oberlo to link these 2. So you're basically linking the products. You can automatically sync it from AliExpress. That makes it easier when you're actually ordering the product. It's a simple 1-click process. You fill everything in and you're done. So, or if you're having a virtual assistant do that, which is obviously what happens once you get a lot of orders coming in, that's how you do that. So linking products with there. First of all, how do you sell products on Shopify? You need a source of traffic. And now there's 2 sources. We'll just put traffic here. There's 2 sources of traffic that you can attempt to get. The one that everybody talks about, whatever, it's what I do, it's all this and that, paid. This is where you are paying to acquire a customer. This is where you want to be. Here's where everybody thinks they want to be. Free. You do not want to necessarily only be having to get free traffic. What's the problem with this? Let me explain. First of all, for those of you who don't know my background, about 2.5 years ago, I was mastering a specific skill. That skill was building Instagram influencer pages. So very commonly to all the pages you see today with hundreds of thousands of followers, millions of followers, meme pages, luxury pages, fashion pages, funny videos, any of that stuff. That's what I was doing. And so theoretically, if you own one of those pages, well, it's yours. You can post on it whenever you want. So you could post a product from AliExpress that's on your Shopify store, advertising it, and it costs you nothing to do that, where most people have to pay. And most people view that as like the sexiest topic ever, but the problem is almost nobody actually has a traffic resource like that, which is totally fine. You don't need one. So if you're attempting to try and get free traffic, this is the bubble you're trying to get in, and you don't have any one of those resources, forget it. You're not gonna have it. You need money to do this. It's a business, okay? As for how much money, I've made a video talking about that. You guys can go check it out. It's really not all that much considering that you are starting a business. Now, you want to avoid this. Very simple, because at least from what I've seen with people who don't own a traffic source, yet they're still trying to acquire customers for free. The problem is, let's say you can successfully do it. Okay, you're not, whatever that is. Maybe you found an influencer who's willing to do a profit share. Like they'll post it on their page and you pay nothing except you give them a percentage of the profits from what they, what traffic they brought in and what sales occurred from that. The problem with that is you don't control it. So you never want to be in a position with your business. Like, does this make sense? Do you want to be in a position where you don't control how much money you're going to make today, this week, this month? You don't control who's coming in, what's happening, can they be closed? Why would you want to be in a situation where you cannot control that, right? I mean, the whole point of running a business is to make money and control what you want to do, correct? So maybe you have a vision, there's different variations of it, but I want to be able to make the decision. I want to be in control. If it fails, it's my fault. If it succeeds, it's my success. So that's where I want to be. That's why I stick with paid traffic. Through this, there's a lot of different ways we do it. There's Instagram, And then there's also another one, which is what I primarily focus on, Facebook ads. Okay, so this is a back-end part of Facebook that most people actually don't know exists. Running Facebook ads, which is where if you've ever been scrolling on Instagram, which by the way, Facebook owns Instagram. They bought it for $1 billion a few years back. If you've ever seen a sponsored post on there, whether it's on your feed, your story, if you're on Facebook in the right-hand column or the marketplace, that's someone paying to get that in front of you. So they're actually targeting you for a specific reason. So if you, let's say, this is a bigger picture advertising thing. Let's say you were just looking at watches on Amazon a week ago, and now suddenly you're seeing more ads for watches. It's not random. People are doing that because you showed interest and they want to follow up with you, because oftentimes your customer will not buy, they won't purchase from your store, wherever you're selling a product, a service, or anything. They're not going to purchase until they've seen it multiple times, they've been exposed, they feel comfortable and see it's a good deal. So that's called following up. That's often called retargeting, where people are targeting you again. They're following up with you. You're seeing the same thing over and over. That's basically, I don't want to say tricking you, but mentally it's putting you in buyer psychology mode to then buy the product. So it's getting you familiar with it. It's warming you up. So this is typically what you want to focus on. This is what I focus on, is just Facebook ads. For those of you who are going to be in the live stream, that's what we're going to talk about. I took a brand new store from $0 to $3,000 a day in just 18 days with Facebook ads. Now, people are like, how much of that is profit? Because you have two different expenses. Aside from the little expenses in the Shopify store, which we're not going to account because that's like nothing, you have your traffic source. So if it's free, that's $0. If it's paid, you got to pay for that. We're going to talk about that. And then AliExpress, paying for the product. So you have to, right? So if you're selling a necklace for $10, just a simple example, and you have to buy it for $2, that's 20% just towards the product cost. So now you have an 80% margin to essentially, you have to acquire a customer for then that 80% difference. So with that specific store that I'm going to be talking about on there, that has about 65% profit margin, which is very good. Usually the industry standard for e-commerce, which is viewed as good, is 30%. So I'll just kind of write that off here on the bottom just to get all our thoughts on this piece of paper, which you guys should totally buy one of these if you don't have one. Very helpful to visualize all this. I hope you guys enjoy it. But this is what we focus on, Facebook ads. And the reason it works so well is because how targeted we can get. If we're running anything on Instagram where we're just paying someone for an influencer shout out, or they're even doing it for free for us, you can't directly control exactly who's seeing your product. So like I just mentioned with the retargeting, following up on the watches, you can't do that with an Instagram page, with an influencer, any sort of page. Because the thing with that is, with Facebook, I can target you based on how much money you make, if you're in a relationship, what kind of car you drive, what you're interested in, where you shop, where you live, your state, your zip code, and where you went to school, literally anything. That's how in-depth it gets. That's why sometimes people feel like they're being followed around the internet with these ads. Like even my phone, sometimes there's this theory going on that there's something called microphone advertising. So if you're talking about needing to get a haircut, for example, okay, if you're talking about that, then you're going to get ads for haircut places or barbers that'll come to you. That's literally happened to people. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's crazy the level of in-depth stuff that really goes into the paid marketing end of things. That's why you want to be there. That's where you directly control everything that happens. If you want to make $1,000, if you're making $1,000 a day and you want to go to $2,000 a day or to $3,000 with paid ads, you can do that. That's realistic. That's within sight. That's within vision. That's within your reach. So that's why we really focus on that. And yes, you do have to spend money. You do have to learn this. You will spend money doing that. But I would rather do that than sit around and wait and hope for this to happen, which even when it does, or if it does, it's not going to be that good. You're going to realize that very quickly, and it's not going to last. This is where you're going to get consistency, not only on a monthly basis, not only on a weekly basis, but on a daily basis. So with Facebook ads, it's very consistent. I'm never going to have a day where I make no money once a store is already running pretty well. It's not going to go from making $3,000 in a day to making no money, and then the next day $1,000. It's very consistent. So it's not that volatile. So this is what we focus on, and there's obviously a lot of different subcategories inside of here. I've made almost 400 videos on this channel talking about things with AliExpress, finding products, setting up a Shopify store, what plan you need, writing descriptions for your products, creating the ad, how to do Instagram influencers, a little bit on how to get free traffic, which avoid that please. Facebook ads, literally everything that revolves around that. So if you guys really want to master this stuff, I highly, highly, highly recommend you get on this live stream at the end of the month. If not, that's totally cool. If you're watching this way after, go back on the channel and try and pick out specific videos, not based around general stuff, but this is why I really love the YouTube channel and the way we're structuring things. I always base it off what people need help with. So it's a specific focus. So whether it's Facebook ads, that's not a specific focus. Facebook ads is a topic. So there's thousands of things inside of Facebook ads. And I've made hundreds of videos, probably over 100 videos just on Facebook ads, talking about individual things. So whatever you're struggling with, whatever point you're at, you need to master that. So go back and watch those free resources on the YouTube channel. That's why I do it. That's why I post it. The only thing I ask for in return is that you like and subscribe. That's it. It's as simple as that. And if you guys want to take this to the next level, learn a little bit more on exactly what I do, how all of my pieces plug in, how I run the Facebook ads, how I get it to be successful so quick, then make sure you attend that webinar. Check out the link down below. And I'm going to be seeing you guys on there. So other than that, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like down below. And as always, join the family, join the gang. Help me get to 100K subs. We're closing in. That's absolutely unreal. I appreciate the support. Hit that nice looking subscribe button. And with that being said, I'll be seeing you tomorrow in the next video. Peace.